Hi, I'm Roy G. Biv, and I'm on the spectrum. On tonight's special, we'll be discussing what your job says about you. And I guarantee it'll be the best rendition of this stupid fucking overdone trope that's been done 100 times already, because someone with a fucking brain and an iota of creativity wrote and edited it, and because I'm in it! And you better be fucking thankful that it's not an adventurer plate video, where I would be relying on other people to be funny for me, and we all know what awful slop Final Fantasy XIV players think is funny. So, let's be real original and start with the tanks. Bet no one saw that coming.
Sorry, mate, just a bit confused. Why are you giving me money?
Look, mate, we need B-roll, so just sign the release form and take the gill. Just ignore the cameras and everything horrible I call you, okay? Cheers, mate. Paladin, you're a shiny NPC. And by NPC, I mean you get no pussy, cunt. When you're in the party, you are a number. No one likes you, but nobody hates you either. You are the equivalent of white paint, a boring job played by boring people. But if you polish that shield hard enough, you can gaze at your reflection and see a pussy whenever you like. Warrior more like Snorrier, ha! You chose it because when you look at your disgusting garbage bag of a person in the mirror every morning, with your receding hairline, gut, Viking heritage, in the form of a patchy, wiry beard and shit-tasting clothing, you realize you will never be the physically or mentally strong person you wish you were. So you play a class for knuckle draggers that numbs that feeling of self-loathing and inadequacy. Or you are a Xeno fanboy, so essentially the same thing.
Yes, I could do that for you in Leon's stead. He just passed out watching this Vieira lady. She talks a lot without saying anything, but she's not that boring.
Dark Knight. Well, not to be biased or anything, but you are, canonically, very cool. Played by savants, artists, thoughtful thinkers, master strategists, and genius philosophers. I cannot begin to comprehend what it must be like to be so incredibly intelligent.
Is this final boss material, or do I look disabled?
Gunbreaker. Imagine having a job where you use one of the coolest weapons to ever exist, with some of the most beautiful movement and coolest lore, only to have the bowl of water-flavored soup known as Thancred represent you. How a character can be so painfully vanilla is astounding, but the same could be said about every scion.
I like nothing more than a little roasting. Joe Mama.
Now for the mincy twats, the healers, the ones that all the pussies play. White Mage, you chose this pansy class because you are a flower-picking and want to feel important without the responsibility of a difficult role. And dodging a difficult role is the same reason your father left you. Or you play it because you are a woman. Scholar, you are a fucking tryhard. No one cares that you play the least popular job. And like you, it's unpopular for a reason. So maybe the next time you are jacking off to yourself in the mirror, as the pathetic spattering of cum leaves your pathetic cock and stains your carpet, in that moment of guilt and self-reflection, you'll see that desperation for approval by trying to be excessively unique won't make up for all the flaws that riddle you as a person. Astrologians are played by the kind and the benevolent, or slur-slinging sociopaths, who insult you in voice chat when you aren't there. If you are still playing with cards as an adult, except for a game of strip poker or strip blackjack with the boys, then you belong in a daycare because you're a fucking child.
What he say?
Sage, once again, a job that could be fucking awesome, but is brought catastrophically down by a main cast member, the twat, Alphino. God, I hope this cunt dies in Dawn Trail. Now for the melee DPS, also known as the Dick Polishing Squad. Monk players are the cunts that run with scissors, and the reason girls should always carry pepper spray. They're notorious sex offenders who can't keep their hands to themselves and relish in their deviancy. Unlike Phase 1 Aura men and Phase 3 Vieira men who do it because they're stupid and have no self-awareness. If you play Monk, I implore you to stop eating Vaseline straight from the tub, stop scratching your sweaty balls and/or crusty vagina in public, and sniffing your hand. Shower at least once a day, and brush your teeth so nobody can smell your smeg breath. Dragoons are the degenerates of the melee DPS. They use a pole as a weapon, which they dance for money on like cheap hairy whores. They also like gooning, which is when you edge for hours and then nut, instead of wanking to feet for 10 minutes like a regular productive person and then coming into work at the Spectrum. Ninja! This class is played by legends who know the job like the back of their hands, or actual fucking the very same people who can't spell rogue. It's R-O-G-U-E, you fucking idiots. Not rouge, and I'd rather be French than an illiterate fuckwit. Samurai are cunts for the same reason most VTubers are. The only difference is that one wields a shiny sword, and the other a PNG. But they are both fixated on anime tropes, attention-seeking, and the idea of transforming into a character that represents all they aspire to be, while concealing the aspects of themselves they are and should be ashamed of. Reaper, okay, now, not to be biased again, but you are easily the best job to have ever been created. You embody the regality of an abyssal symphony. You are the atramentus stallion that courses throughout the realm, bathed in the tender glow of moonlight, dancing with an unrivaled and vicious elegance. Your scythe is the artist's brush, painting the exquisite shadowy canvas of night with hues of incarnadine crimson. So here's to you, Reaper. I cannot fathom what it must be like to be such a bloody champion.
Cheers, you cunt.
Viper? Oh, bet you weren't expecting that one. You want to practice playing with 2 swords at once? Why not 4? 1 extra in your mouth, and 1 more in your shitbox, like every Friday night, you rancid filth. The only thing poisonous about Vipers is the BV and gonorrhea. Now for the physical range DPS. And if you want a physical range challenge, try pissing in a urinal from 2 meters away. It's always a good time until the boss walks in and ruins my fun. Bard, played by hobos and bums who busk for pennies in Limsa. Nobody would notice if you were gone, and it would definitely be a lot quieter. Now, I'm not saying to kill yourself, because I know the voice in your head does that for me. The only type of bow I like is a strong bow, as in the cider, and drinking a carton makes throwing bricks at the homeless infinitely more challenging and enjoyable. Machinist gets a robot because no regular person made of flesh and bone can stand them. Certain people love the idea of being able to end the lives of strangers easily and whenever they want, which is totally fucking normal. I'm the same, but unlike everyone else, I'm sane. So if anyone deserves the role of judge, jury, and executioner, it's me. Dancer is the white mage of the DPS, meaning it's played primarily by and women. Dancer, you are home brand toilet paper. You're cheap and fragile. You do a barely passable job and you fall apart the moment you have to deal with any shit. But at least your existence in a group benefits someone else, and you get to experience what it's like to have people argue over you, which will never happen in real life until you lose some weight and stop smoking, you disgusting fat cunt. Magic DPS, finally we're near the end, thank Christ. Black mages are wizards, and a wizard is a person over the age of 30 who hasn't gotten any muff or cock yet. So by extension, people who play black mage are greasy incels, with their only spells being Bad Breath, Bio 1 and 2, and hopefully, Self-Destruct. Summoner uses a book as a weapon, which is for nerds. In fact, they're such fucking nerds that wedgies make them come, and getting smacked with a ruler just makes their day. Honestly, next time you meet your summoner friend in public, open hand slap them as hard as you can. I promise it's a victimless crime. Red Mage. You are afraid of gay people, and you are afraid of black people, but you don't want to look like you are intolerant, so you chose the, my friend is a gay black man, and he said I can say what I just called you, class, twat. I'm not doing Pictomancer, I hate it. I'd rather paint with my own diarrhea, using my face and body as a giant brush, than acknowledge this waste of resources. So if you decide to play Pictomancer, I hope every time you cast a spell, you think of that visual. A naked Vieira man covered in poo, smearing chunky, curry paste-colored wet shit on a white wall. Okay, good, we're finally done. If you got upset by any of these jokes, be sure to let me know in the comments below, and I'll send the best ones off to Cool Story Incorporated. Obviously, they are jokes, and if you are a regular viewer of mine, then I know you are intelligent enough to see that. unless you're one of the people who goes, lol, I don't get what's happening, then stop commenting on YouTube as a whole, because it's better to be a silent idiot than to open your mouth and remove all doubt. More videos to come, unless Dawn Trail breaks every mod forever, which means I'm fucked. But if you like what I make and want to see more of the cool shit I make, then come visit my Patreon, where I will stroke your ego and tell you how wonderful you are in exchange for financial support. Happy April Fools! Come by next year and watch me get swiftly banned when I make What Your Race Says About You.